Hello, how is the world doing today? Okay, welcome to Bella's Kitchen. Today we are introducing how we make potato pudding, Jamaican potato pudding. These are our ingredients that we'll be using. And I know you already know potatoes, the Jamaican potato. Make sure when you're making your pudding, you use a Jamaican potato because it's much harder. The other ones that you would get in the supermarket, they are much softer, and the softer the bee is the same outcome you're going to get from your pudding. It will be soft and mushy. Yeah, so we use the Jamaican potato, and first you wash it in the skin, and you peel it to prevent all the dirt from going on the inside. Then you peel it and you wash it again. Yeah, so we have already done all of that, and we use yellow yam. The yellow yam is, you don't have to use a lot of it, just a little slice, just for the moistness of the pudding. So you would grate that into the potato, yes, for moisture, okay? Yeah. So what we do is, normally we would grate the potato. So we'll use grater like this. If you have one of these home, if you want to go the traditional way, you would grater. But as we want to go at a faster speed, we bend. So we bend the potato instead of gratering it. Yeah? And also for our coconut, you can use the dry coconut, grate it and wash it and cut it small and blend it up and use it. But instead of going that long way, you would use the already coconut milk. So we go for this one. Grace, coconut milk, and also you can either use the tin or the powder. Whichever one, it doesn't matter, as long as you have coconut milk for your pudding. Okay, so we put that over there. Again, we do use cinnamon, nutmeg, and salt. So we have a teaspoon of cinnamon and also a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of salt to blend in with your sugar. So for coconut, we always, my mother, when she makes her pudding, she will put some pieces of coconut in it. When it's done and you bite it, it's so amazing. So I have this to add to it to give it that nice crunchy taste when you're eating your pudding. And this is our sugar. You can use 2 cups of sugar based on the amount of potato that you're using. So if it's 1 potato you're going to use, you know it's a cup of sugar. If it is more than 1, like me, I have like 4 potatoes in there, so I have like 2.5 cups of sugar. And I'm going to mix it in with the coconut milk. And if it is too fresh, you know, you can add a little more to it, to your liking. If you don't like a lot of sugar, then you mix it to your liking, okay? So we use this kind of a sugar, brown cane sugar, the Grace sugar. Yeah, it is much darker and it's easily melted, so you use this one. This is the one we use. You can use your choice of sugar. Now we're also going to have a little bit of cornmeal. As you see there, I have the cornmeal to give the pudding some body. So make it a little bit thicker, yeah, and flour. And again, based on the amount of potato you're using, you use that amount of flour. It can be a pound of flour and maybe a little bit over a pound, based on how many potato pudding you will be making. So this is our cornmeal. You can also use the coarser cornmeal. But when you use that one, you would have to sift it, that the lumps don't get into there. But instead, I use the softer one. So I use the Grace. As you can see, we love Grace product. Big up to Grace. That's a free advertisement. Okay, and this is our vanilla. I haven't used my vanilla as yet. This one can be a little hard on the hand. You have to have a strong hand when you're opening this one, especially when it's not yet used. It is so hard to open, but we love this brand. Yeah. So I'm going to put the amount. You know, Jamaican, we don't measure stuff. We just pour in. I'm going to pour in a certain amount in my coconut milk. So this would be my coconut milk right here. So I'll pour in the amount that I need. That's good. You know, they're a bit weak nowadays. They're not that strong. So we have to put in enough so it can have the right taste. Yeah, so that's that. So that's that. And for this, I think I have too much in of the nutmeg here. So I'm going to measure my spoon of nutmeg, and it goes there. You can put a little bit more over. It's harmless. Yeah, and my cinnamon, and put it in. Yeah, and my salt also you put in. So you put all these ingredients inside the coconut milk. I don't want to put too much of the nutmeg in there. But you know nutmeg can be very bitter. And for the nutmeg, I don't use the powder one because the powder one tastes to be a bit, it don't have the right taste, you know? It has this bitter taste to it, so I don't use that one. So I use the one that you have to, again, this one, Harry. It's from Jamaica, you know? So you would grate this one. Use the small side of the grater and grate it. And you get that nice nutmeg that you really wanted. And this is our cinnamon. You can choose any cinnamon, it doesn't matter. You can use. And yeah, for the real normally we don't do pudding. Back when we don't do pudding with Ray and nephew, white rum, but a little bit of it goes a long way in your pudding. So I'm gonna put around 2 cups in there, just to have the taste of it in there, and for preservation. Yeah, so that's 2 cups of Ray and nephew. Yeah. So now we're gonna mix in our sugar in the coconut milk. That goes there. I'll move that out of the way. Grab my spoon from here. I'll just use this one. So yes, I'll just mix this in. When you finish mixing it, if it's not the taste that you want, you can also add the amount of stuff that you need, like your nutmeg, your cinnamon, vanilla, whatever you need to bring up the taste or the flavor that you really want. Then make sure you mix out your sugar properly. Okay, I think that should be enough. You can taste it. And yes, for mine, I need a little more sugar in there, but you have to be careful with the sugar though, because normally you really taste it when it's done. You taste the difference, the sweetness or the freshness. So for mine, I truly need a little more sugar in there. Yeah. So this should be good, half a cup. There we go. And I'm sorry guys, I just remember I did not introduce myself. So I'm Shani. I'm a child of God, not a Christian. There's a difference. I'm a child of God. Yes, I love to cook. I love to do a lot of other things. We'll talk about that another time. But today is about our pudding. Yeah. So this is our grated potato. It's blended. As you can see, it's already blended and ready to go. I blended with some of the coconut milk instead of gratering because gratering takes a lot of time. Alright, and I also have some of the coconut that is grated. You can see it's grated, so I'm going to add that to it also. Yeah, it helps to build up the body of it. Yeah. I'll just turn this off here. Okay, so now I'm going to pour in my cornmeal. And my flour. Okay, I don't think I need all of that for now. So because you don't want any lumps in it, you mix these in together. The dry ones. So yes, this is how we do it. I learned to make these from my mother. She used to make these like every Sunday. Every Sunday evening she would make pudding for us. Every Sunday evening we have big pudding to eat. We'll make it in a very big pot. Okay, so now we're gonna mix the flour with some of the coconut milk. Flour and the cornmeal. Okay. So you mix it until it is very smooth. You don't want any lumps in your pudding. You whisk it around until it's smooth. That smells so good. Can you smell it? Smelling so good already. There we go. Very smooth. What we're going to do now, we're going to put it in the potato. Get all the excess amount. We don't want to waste all of this. There we go. We might have to wash it go along because we don't want to leave anything on it. Okay, so now we're gonna mix in everything together. Oh, look how beautiful that is. You can see it looks a bit yellow. What you can do if it is just yellow because the sugar is not so dark, you can put a little bit of brown in there, not a lot. Just to make the color a little darker. Yes. There we go. We're making two pudding today. Let's take the time so you don't spill anything. I see a little piece of potato there that didn't get blended. You just remove that. Yeah, activating. Oops, and another piece. The blender missed all of this. Isn't it lovely? Oh my god, look at that. Now you can eat already. So you're gonna taste it to see if you have enough sugar in there. Yeah, so if it is fresh, don't be afraid to add more sugar. If you need more spice, you can put in your nutmeg. For me, I think I should just put the rest that I have here in there. You can just dump it in. And in the meantime, I'm going to be putting in my coconut, the trash. This wasn't squeezed out or anything. I just blended it just for this purpose. I'm doing this because I don't want the excess amount of water in there. But yeah, that's that. Get it out of the way. Yeah, I thought of the way that can make something else. And then I'm gonna put in the hard ones. And when you bite the pudding and bite a piece of this in there, so good. Yes, we get that out of the way. Just mix it in and spread it out in there. It's so good when you learn these things, and it's good for you to pass it on from generation to generation, that every generation that comes after will have something that they learned from the generation before, you know? Yes, I thank God for my mom because she has taught us a lot of stuff. Yeah, so now I'm going to go and I'm going to grease my baking tin. First, you put your oven to 360 degrees. Put it on 360 degrees. You're going to use your butter. Normally we'll use margarine butter, but you know that don't sell here in Canada, so we just have to use whichever butter we get. You just use this and spread on the top. And another thing, when your pudding is almost finished and you have some more coconut milk, when it's solid, you can pull it out and pour some of the coconut milk on the top and you get that jello on the top. Oh wow, that is so good. You should try it. Yeah, so you have the milk on the top and you leave it in the oven for a little while, it becomes jelly. So it's so awesome. So you can do that with the excess amount of coconut milk. So I just wash my hands so I can use my butter to reach my hand. And so you get a spoon. You take out your butter. I'm going to be using 2 of these. They are already washed and I leave them to dry. So you just get that inside there. And put this away so you don't want to fuss around here. So then you're going to use your nice clean hands and you're going to spread your butter out. Spread it all over. I'll just rest that there. This will prevent your pudding from sticking in the bottom. Okay? For those who don't know. So what we do after we do all that pasturing, I just rest it right there. Then I'll do the other one. After the pasturing, you're going to use your flour, because I have the excess there. Make sure you cover it properly. In Jamaica, we do it on the outside. We make a fire on the outside, you know. We use like coal, or we can use firewood. And they call it hella top, hella bottom. But normally you would have fire on the top and fire at the bottom, and hallelujah in the middle, which is the pudding. So hella top, hella bottom, hallelujah in the middle. That's what they say it is. Yeah. So now, just let me get this excess amount off my hand. Get rid of the excess amount. Then I'm going to use my flour to sprinkle in. You can put a certain amount in here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So you just knock it right around. So it covers everything. And as you notice, I'm not wasting it because there's another one there. You just pour out the excess amount. Alright? You do the same with the other one. Now you have to be careful because you have nothing for the excess to fall in. And you don't want to make a mess. me just take the time. Take the time. Get it in the corners and the sides. So there we go, all done. Give it another little stir. You notice I didn't put any baking powder because I don't need baking powder in pudding. The yam will be the baking powder in there. Alright, so this I'm going to pour inside. Let me see if I leave anything out. Nope. So everything is in there. I think I should put a little bit more mayonnaise in there. I didn't taste it. So I'm going to put another cup. There we go. I want it to have the texture. Yep. You mix that in. While we wait on the oven to start up. It's pretty easy, right? And I don't know how much your children love pudding, but back home, oh wow! Even the pan that's having the dough, we fight for it. So that's one there. Move that out of the way. And then do another. I know I have a lot of pudding lovers here who love when I make my pudding. I know they're putting up their hands right now. So all those who are out there and need pudding, you can put your hands up and let me know. Put in your request from now. So you don't get left out. Right? You just clean it out. Back home, we'll take this now, we'll lick it out. Woo! Take our finger, we'll wipe it out clean. And eat it. Yeah, so let me taste it. Okay. Good to go. I have an unexpected pot in my oven. So we'll just remove that and put this one in. Put one at the top and one at the bottom. Okay, there we have it. So we leave it to bake for like up to an hour so it can be properly saturated and ready for eating.
Now here's the end result. Enjoy!
So I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me until this time. Thank you for receiving. And whatever you have in your mind that you want to ask, you can just leave it in the comment below and give us a thumbs up. And quickly, for those who are now just watching or new to our Bill of Vibes channel, I would implore you to subscribe and leave your comment below in the box below and give us a big shout out. Let us know if what we're doing is awesome, you know. And we give you thanks for watching. And may God bless you. And remember, don't do anything without God in it. So have a blessed rest of the evening. I love you guys. And ciao.